in the past couple days, promoter Eddie Hearn and heavyweight champion Tyson Fury have given their take on the Lucas Brown positive drug test situation. And both of them have said very interesting things. Now, before I get into exactly what they said, I want to address a couple of individuals who commented on my last couple of videos about this Lucas Brown situation. These individuals in the comment section were insinuating or flat out saying that to suggest Lucas Brown may have been spiked, that his sample may have been contaminated, is ridiculous. One of these individuals even went as far as saying, I'm very naive to believe that Lucas Brown could have been spiked or could have consumed contaminated food or drink. Well, in fact, I'm not saying that Lucas Brown did do that. I'm not saying that he did consume contaminated produce or that he was spiked. All I'm saying is that it's a possibility given the circumstances. And to suggest that it's not a possibility is in fact what is really naive. And the comments of Tyson Fury and Eddie Hearn will back up the fact that it's very naive to think that fighters getting spiked or consuming contaminated produce is out of the question. Now, as I say, I'm going to get onto what Eddie Hearn and Tyson Fury have said. But previously, if you remember, there was an incident a few months back where, actually it was at the end of last year, where Mariusz Wach and Ola Duradola had fights over in Russia. Mariusz Wach fought Povetkin, Duradola fought Kudryashov. And I believe it was a month or so after those fights, which were both on the same bill, Wach and Duradola tested positive for banned substances. And these tests were conducted by the Russian anti-doping agency. And at the time, you could go back and watch the videos, people. They're still up on this channel. At the time, I cast doubts about the veracity of those claims, about the validity of those test results. I cast some doubts. I didn't say that they were outright wrong, but I just said I had serious doubts and I was suspicious that there might be some foul play involved. And my suspicions were pretty much confirmed as being valid suspicions. Because when the WBC requested the B sample, I believe it was when they requested the B sample for both Wach and Duradola, the Russian drug testing authority who conducted the testing for the fight were not forthcoming with the information that WADA, the World Anti-Doping Agency and the WBC wanted. They were not forthcoming. They asked for the B sample results, I believe, and they asked for a bunch of other information about how the tests were conducted and what have you, how the conclusions were drawn. And the Russian Anti-Doping Agency had plenty of time to come up with the information that WADA and the WBC requested, but they didn't. And so therefore the WBC exonerated both Mariusz Wach and Ola Duradola of any wrongdoing. Now, again, I'm not going to go into the whole situation behind Mariusz Wach. I realized that he was a drug cheat in the past, but the circumstances going into the Povetkin fight led me to believe that in that particular instance, he probably wasn't on any performance-enhancing drugs. He'd already been banned for being on performance-enhancing drugs previously and admitted it. Okay, so I'm well aware of that. And if you want to understand my full viewpoint on why I thought Mariusz Wach was probably innocent in terms of the situation against Povetkin with a failed drug test, go back and watch that video. In fact, I'll leave a link on the screen if you really want to hear my views on that. But moving on to this particular situation with, well, how this particular situation with Lucas Brown relates to what was said by Eddie Hearn and Tyson Fury. Eddie Hearn when talking about this Lucas Brown incident, said that he would never allow any of his fighters fighting in another guy's backyard to consume any drink or food which was not provided by Matchroom themselves. That's what Eddie Hearn said. Eddie Hearn is a promoter. And he's saying he wouldn't allow any of his fighters to consume food or drink that wasn't provided by his own team. Why? Because fighters do get spiked, people. This is not some crazy idea. It's reality. It happens. And also Tyson Fury has come out today in an IFL TV interview. Go watch it. I'll leave a link to the Eddie Hearn interview and the Tyson Fury interview in the description below. Tyson Fury says he's talking to Lucas Brown basically in the interview. Lucas Brown's not there, obviously, but he's addressing Lucas Brown. And he says, now you know why I refused to drink anything when I was over there in Germany after the Vladimir Klitschko fight. Now you know why, Lucas Brown. So there you have Tyson Fury telling you that this kind of stuff is a reality. Fighters getting spiked. You got Eddie Hearn insinuating that this type of stuff is a reality. And these are boxing insiders. There's nobody that knows the inside of boxing better than boxing people who actually work in the industry. The heavyweight champion of the world and one of the biggest promoters in the world. And you're calling me naive? No, you're naive for thinking that fighters getting spiked doesn't happen. Oh, yes, it does. So, as I say, the case is really closed on that. It happens. Whether that's happened with Lucas Brown, I'm not saying it has. I'm just saying it's a possibility. Yeah? We'll see what happens with the B sample, whether he's going to pay for that and whatever else ensues. So I just wanted to clear up that whole situation and really give you my perspective on it and where I stand on the whole thing. So, yeah, drop your comments in the comment section below, people. It's your boy Hatman. I'm out.